Hello, hello. We're here and we're going to study the Bible again, and we're going to continue in the book of, what book is it? It starts with a G.
Genesis.
Genesis. Good job. Oh, thank you. Now we're going to do the last few verses of chapter 25. I didn't have, last class was really long. So we're just going to pick up here at the end of chapter 25, but we're going to begin this class with Jacob and Esau, and we're going to end the class with Esau. And in the middle, it's going to be about his dad. So let's pick up in Genesis chapter 25, and let's see if we can do 8 million gazillion verses. We got a big story to read today. All right. Is that is that focus? Let me turn this up and hit that there. That looks better. Okay. Now, my translation is old and funny, and this is a hilarious phrase. And Jacob sawed pottage. Oh my stars. What happens? What do you know about when he sawed food? What does it mean that he sawed pottage? He's making a porridge, he's making a stew. Most people think it's lentils. I've never sodded a pottage, but I think that that's a really fun old style translation of it. All right, so I'm going to go back and read it. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am to the point to die, and what profit shall the birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. So Esau despised his birthright. And I'm just going to put the word despised in red. This is a really interesting thing. So we got to draw Jacob and Esau. I don't think I've really drawn them other than babies. So we've got Jacob here. Oh, he's got hair. I'll put hair on him. And he's stirring up his big pot. Right there we go. And he's got his spoon. It's in there. And he's stirring it up. And it's bubbling. Um, and you know his name is Jacob because he's got a J. And he's saying, Hey there, Esau. All right. So then here comes Esau. And what do we know about Esau? What does he look like?
He's hairy.
He's hairy. So I'm going to give him a sad face because he's worn out. And I'm just going to give him hair everywhere like a lion. There's his hands. But he's also got like shaggy hair on that. I'm going to make him like the shaggiest guy. He's going to look like Swamp Thing, I guess. He's even wearing hairy clothes. I mean, that's not really the way he is. And he has kind of reddish hair. So I'll give him some reddish hair. No, 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 no. I don't think this is how hairy he is, but it's just fun to draw the picture. And I'll give Jacob just brown hair so that he looks different. Okay, and so Jacob is cooking up some red lentils, some stew. What is it that what is it that Esau wants? He says, Give me some of that stew. What's the whole premise here? What's going on? What do we learn about these two guys? In this story, we have Jacob cooking stew and Esau wanting the stew, and we have Jacob wanting the birthright and Esau selling the birthright. And it even says this about it. How does Esau feel about his birthright? Here's the key word. So Esau despised his birthright. He didn't care anything about it. He says, What does the birthright do to me? If I die today of this hunger, I don't care about my birthright. What's the birthright?
When the father dies, then he would split up his property and he would give the largest portion to the oldest.
Yep. So that's just the way that their rules were. So his birthright was to get the big double portion. So he's giving away the big double portion for a pot of beans. I mean, yay beans, but that much yay beans? All right, so that's kind of a mess. he's getting rid of it. He doesn't care about his birthright. Do you see how he despised it? What does it mean that he despised his birthright? Did he say, birthrights are stupid, man? Is that what Esau said? Maybe he didn't love it very much and he didn't appreciate it the right way. That's probably what despising it means. I think that that's a big idea. I think that that's a big idea. All right. So I think this is going to come back to haunt him. Here's a question. Have you guys ever been hungry before? Oh, no, no, you've never been
Yes.
hungry. You've never been hungry, have you? Um, have you ever gone up to your mom and said, Mom, I need a snack. I'm starving. Have you ever said that you're starving?
Yes.
Have you ever actually starved?
No.
No.
Yes.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Was Esau literally about to die?
No.
No. So Jacob has said, Hey, Esau, dinner is in 30 minutes. Just hold on. No, I need a snack right now. Do you see the mess there? Now, it's one thing. I'm teaching a class full of goobery kids. That's what you guys are all goobery kids. But that makes sense. You're like 6 years old, you're like 14 years old, you're like 8 years old, and you just need to grow up. And is Esau 6 in this story?
No.
No. At the very least, he's like an old teenager. He's probably an adult, and he's adult going, I need a snack right now. I don't care about my birthright. Look, his body grew up, but his character didn't grow up. Does that make sense? If a 2 year old cries because they want a cookie, they're two. They shouldn't cry, but they're learning, right? If a 22-year-old man cries because he wants a pot of beans, there's something wrong. And so, what we need to do as kids is as our bodies grow up taller and taller and taller, we've got to grow up on the inside too, right? Putting in a plug for your mamas so that you don't cry for your snacks. All right, let's go back to the story of Isaac now. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, and to Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these lands. I will establish the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father, and I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and I will give thy seed all these lands, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Okay, God starts talking here in verse 2 and goes all the way down to verse 5. So we can draw Abraham, sorry, this is not Abraham. We can draw Isaac. And who's talking to Isaac? God is talking to Isaac. There's Isaac.
You gotta draw him blind.
Well, I don't know if he's blind yet. He's gonna get blind. You're right. You're right. In the next story, for sure. So here he is. He's in, I think I've been drawing Isaac in green clothes. And then I'm going to draw God in heaven talking to him. What is God saying to Isaac here? What's the point of these verses? He talks about in these verses all sorts of promises. While you guys are drawing your picture, listen to the promises that God talks about here. God says, I will be with you. I will bless you. I'll give this to your seed, all these lands. I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and I will give them all these lands. And in your seed, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. He's repeating the same blessings and the same promises that he made to Abraham, and he's showing these blessings to Isaac. That means God didn't just say it to Abraham, and then when Abraham dies, God can say, well, Abraham didn't live to see long enough. I don't have to do it anymore. God is going to keep his promises even through all the generations. And so God is giving Isaac the promises here. Do you recognize those promises from when we read them earlier in the time of Abraham? Maybe you recognize about the land or the seed, the blessings for all the nations. So he's continuing that. And there's a really neat thing. It says, because that Abraham obeyed my voice. So if Abraham obeyed God's voice, what should Isaac do? Hmm.
Obey
I-
God.
Isaac
Oh,
needs to obey God too, right? Does God have to say, oh, by the way, Isaac, don't forget to obey me? Isaac knows. We all know. Does God have to tell you in a dream, don't forget, you have to obey me? No, we know. And we need to obey God always. All right, let's continue with the story now. We're going to talk about Isaac's blessings and his interactions with the peoples. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of that place asked him of his wife. And he said, she is my sister. For he had feared to say, my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. Okay, wait. What did Isaac do?
He did exactly what Abraham did.
All right. So if you guys see your daddy doing a lying sin and he kind of gets in a little bit of sticky trouble with it, does that mean, oh, I should do that sin too? I really wish Isaac trusted God here. Didn't God just say, Abraham obeyed me and things went well, and I'm going to give you this land? And the next story is Isaac not really trusting. That's kind of sad. Let's see. I see a hand up at the McBroom house. Did you have a comment on that part of the story?
Yes. We read about the story yesterday night.
Cool. That's great. And you're right in this reading. Perfect.
I also wanted to say a birthright is kind of like today's will.
Yeah. It's connected with that. That's a good idea. I like that connection.
The oldest gets the most.
Yeah. One thing with a birthright too, it is usually when twins are born, it was given to the firstborn.
That's right. Yeah. Even though they were born on the same day, one was born first. That's true. Yes. And see a hand up at the Dobbs house?
real quick. In let's see, Genesis 20, when Abraham did the same thing, they both did it in the exact same place. And the king that they did it to, whether it's the same king or not, they have the same name.
Yeah. Kind of like, yeah. And that name might be connected to like a pharaoh title, or it could be that the same name, because there's a lot of King Georges, for instance. That's kind of sad. Not only are they doing the same thing, but they're doing it in the same place. Poor them. Poor them. Sin is such a mess, guys. Don't lie. Just don't lie. Okay. It came to pass when he had been there a long time that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting or laughing with Rebekah, his wife. All right, let's draw Isaac. And he's just in a good mood, and he's laughing. He's got his beard, and he's like, wow, that's a funny joke. And here's Rebecca, and I can't remember how I drew Rebecca. And she's laughing too. She's still got her lipstick on. Maybe I'll put his arm around her, and she's got her hand there because like it's husband and wife. And there's her hair. And so they're laughing and they're having a good time because they're family. But then Abimelech. Wonder what I'm going to draw Abimelech like. I'm going to draw Abimelech down here looking up. I'll draw a big mustache on him. And his hands are up in the air on his head. Oh my goodness. He's upset. He's upset. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this that thou hadst done unto us? One of the people might have lightly lain with thy wife, and thou shouldst have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all the people, saying, He that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So now I'm going to see Abimelech is seeing them laughing, and he can tell, wait, they're married, aren't they? So I'm going to draw Isaac here, kind of sad, like, oh, I'm sorry. This is what the lie was, and I shouldn't have said the lie. He's got his hands out like he's trying to explain it. See, this is the thing. Isaac, is a man of God. But what did this man of God do when he was out there in the world? He told a lie. And he got the world angry at him. This is not right. If you are a child of God, you need to be doing the right thing day in and day out. You can't just lie to the world because it's the world. That's not the way it works. The world is full of lies, isn't it? If you lie to the world, it's almost like you're saying to the world, it's okay if you want to keep lying. And that's a mess. That's a mess. All right, well, let's kind of see what happens now. Maybe they're over it. Maybe it'll go okay. And Isaac sowed in that land and found in that same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. All right, what does it mean he sowed? Does that mean he was making lots of clothing? When it said
He
that
was plants.
Oh, okay. So he's planting plants. So I'm going to draw him here. And he's throwing out seeds, right? The sower went forth to sow. And how many plants came up out of the ground? It said 100-fold. So I'm going to try to draw a plant that's growing the number 100. I don't think that that's really what it means. Oh, I can even make the zeros look like sunflowers or something. All right. So he planted, and look at how fruitful it is. If you plant one corn plant and you get 100 corns, that's pretty good. What if you planted 100 corns, then you get 1,000 corns? So he's really getting a lot of vegetables and things, right? Because right here, the Lord blessed him. Let's see how this goes. And the man waxed great and grew more and more until he became very great. Oh, man. And he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great household. He's not just planting seeds, he's also getting lots and lots of sheep, too. And lots of oxen. We'll just do right. There's your cows and all that. And the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them. What does it mean In the days of Abraham, they dug wells, but the Philistines stopped the well. How do you stop a well?
You
What
cover
is a
it.
well?
A well
Deep
is basically an
underground pit. A deep underground pit to use to get water.
Right. Okay. So the well is the pit where the water is. How do you stop a pit? No pit. Is that what you do?
No, but you block it with something.
Yeah. So they filled up the pits, probably with rocks and things, right? All right. So you guys know what's going on here. The Philistines envied it and they stopped them up. They stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said, so that's a rude thing, right? Isn't that mean to do? I think so. Isaac had just lied to these people, though. You see how if they're treating him in a worldly way, but he had been treating them in a worldly way? I don't know if it's because he lied, but it shows it's bad. Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for you are much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and encamped in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Ivan's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water. So he's digging them back up, and he's finding water. Let's go up here now. And the herdsmen of Gerar strove with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of that well Esek, because they contended with him. And they digged another well, and they strove for that also. And he called it in the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence and digged another well, for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Okay, so let's do a little bit. I haven't drawn on the board in the back, so we'll just draw a little bit of well digging and then the striving, right? All right, get this all erased. All right, so they are busy digging wells. I'm going to put them like with stone wells. This is the worst stone well in the world, but you get the sense of what it's like. It's dark inside. Does that look like a well? That looks kind of like a well. Oh well. Oh well, it's a well. All right, so here's a guy, and he had been digging it, and I'll give him a shovel in his hand, right? Like he was digging it with a shovel. And he's like, "Oh, I've got a well, and there's water coming out." This is not the way wells work, but I'm gonna do it this way. Sploosh! Here comes the water. Look, there's water. There's water in them thar hills. Okay, so he gets the water. And what do all the people around him say? What do they say about it? That's not your water, that's our water. And he's like pointing at it. That's our water. And this guy has a long head. That's our water. He's got like a punch ready. He's gonna fight for it. I'll give him another punching arm. So they're very angry. That's our water. That's our water. And he's just, oh no, oh no. Now, have you guys ever dug a well in your yard before? No. Neither have I. But have you ever argued with somebody about a toy or a cookie or maybe a thing? I don't know, a shoe? It
Yes.
is this guy being bad? I don't think so. Are they being bad? Absolutely. But what was Isaac doing every time? Every time this happened, what did Isaac do? You know what I think he did? I'll draw Isaac. There's Isaac, okay? Isaac can choose, and I'm going to draw it like this. I'm going to draw his two choices. He can choose to walk. Does that look like footprints? Does that look like footprints to you? I don't know. That's what that's supposed to look like. He can choose to walk away, or he can choose to fight. I'll draw a sword. This is choice one. This is choice two. Whenever Isaac was stuck in this situation, right? What did he choose to do? He could walk away from the well, or he could fight about it. Let's see. I see a hand up at the Bingham's house. Do you have a comment?
Oh, well, I was gonna say, I thought, do you think it was actually their water? Or was it did Isaac have a like was it okay that he was trying to get it? Or was he actually getting it from them?
I think it was okay because they did the work of digging the well. Um, and he was being allowed to live there. So I think it was okay. It's not like he went into his neighbor's yard and dug up their backyard. Don't do that today. Good grief. But they were arguing about having the rights or the access to that water. I think that's a good question though. So I think it was okay, but I have to leave it at I think. I think. Um, I see a hand up. Gianna, is your hand up? Did you have a question?
So, uh, so, uh, are they gonna fight over the well, or are they gonna not fight over the well?
Well, that's the
Because
question. That's the question. What I see is he chooses to not fight. There was a well and they wanted it and he let them have it. He goes and he digs another well and they wanted it. So he lets them have it. And he goes and he digs another well. And at the third well, they don't fight him for it. So I keep seeing he chose number one. He kept choosing to walk and try again instead of choosing to fight. And I think that that's a really good example of what we should do. Yeah, McBroom's. I see a hand up at the McBroom house.
Sorry about it. Um, back then, run. Back then, digging wells was a big deal because it took a lot of strength. Most of the time, water is found under rocks.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
But nowadays, you can just go get a hydraulic shovel and just dig it all up. You have jackhammers,
Yeah,
have all
baby.
these
So it was
excavators.
definitely, yeah, it was a big deal back then for sure. Yeah. All
Like
right,
water was scarce in
yes,
Egypt.
water was
yeah.
scarce.
Everywhere.
All right, well, let's go back to reading the story and see how it's going to move forward. Hit share, there. Oof, yeah, running out of time. And the Lord appeared unto him in the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with thee and will bless thee and will multiply thy seed for thy servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. All right, so let's do the altar. I haven't drawn one of those. Let's just draw an altar because this is a big deal. God appears to him in a dream, and so we can draw the wood and then like the fire. He calls upon the name of the Lord. And I want to underline that. Whenever the Bible says call upon the name of the Lord, I think this is interesting. I don't think it just means that he said, Lord. That's not what I don't think it means he's calling out the name, Lord. I think what it means is he called, he actively spoke the name of God. He prayed to God. He worshiped God. Maybe he sang praise songs to the Lord. He lived a life of calling on the name of the Lord. It's not that he said it, Lord, one time. It's he was living that way. It's a very big and neat phrase in the Bible. Okay, and they dug another well there. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar. Abimelech keeps showing up. And Ahuzath, his friend, and Phicol, the captain of his host. What does it mean, captain of his host? That means it's his army general guy, right? This sounds scary. He's coming up to him with his army guy. What do you think is going on? And Isaac said to them, Wherefore are you come unto me, seeing you hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw plainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. Okay. They come up to him with their army general guy, and what do they want to have with Isaac?
They want peace.
They want peace. Isaac's powerful. He's planting and getting 100-fold. He's getting sheep. He's got these wells, and they've only been good to Isaac. Is that true?
Question mark.
Some people have been taking his wells, right? Have they been
Doing.
doing only good?
They
No.
have no. I guess maybe the God never told them. Or
Well,
maybe
they're just thinking they were good. Had Isaac done no harm? Well, he had lied to them. But they want peace with Isaac because they're scared. And they're saying, We've been really good to you, Isaac. Let's see what he says back to them or what he does. And he made them a feast. And they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning and swore one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Did he yell at them? Did he say, You get out of here and give me back my wells?
no.
No. What did he do instead?
Gave them a feast.
Gave them a feast. Like a Thanksgiving feast, maybe? Here's a big turkey. I don't know if they didn't have turkeys, but that looks good. And like bread and maybe a hamburger. I don't know if they ate hamburgers back.
Question mark.
Milkshakes with a straw. Like, that's a feast. I don't think they had milkshakes. But do you see that Isaac, he did that lie, and that was bad. It's just bad. But do you see that Isaac is trying to be good even when people are treating him badly? No, he's not trying to be good. He is being good, even when they're treating him badly. And that's just what we have to do. That's what we have to do. All right, let's keep reading. And it came to pass that same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well that they had digged, and they said to him, We have found water. I'll even put that in blue. We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Oh, wrong page. He called the well Sheba. Therefore, the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. Have you guys heard of the city named Beersheba in the Bible stories? So that's the place where that well was. I think that that's a neat way that it gets the name. Let's read the last few verses. And when Esau, wait a minute, we're back to Esau. So far, all of this story that we've been talking about up here is about Isaac as a man and running his household and digging the wells and trying to live peaceably with people. We learned about Isaac's lie, but then we learned about how he's choosing to walk away instead of fight, and he's choosing to give them food and to be helpful, right? But now we're going to get back to Mr. Harry Redhead, Mr. Esau. And Esau was 40 years old. Okay, I'll stop there. Are any of y'all 40? Let me look. Let me look. See if you can fit. Some of y'all look like you're 40.
I'm 1/4 for 40.
Maybe you're not 40. All right, well, let's see what he does when he's 40. And Esau was 40 years old. He took to wife Judith, the daughter
I'm
of
7.
Eri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. And they were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. So he gets married. He marries Judith, and he marries Basemath or Basemath. And how does it make his mom and dad feel? Grief of mind. Grief of mind. Oh, my stars. So here's the thing. Number one, Esau was 40 years old. Maybe you guys should wait until you're 40 to get married. You can ask your mom and dad about that one. But here's the big point. What did he do that made his parents so upset? It says I don't think the problem is the girl's name. Oh, I don't like the name Judith. I don't like the name Basemath. I think the problem is right here. These were Hittite women. He didn't marry women from the God's family chosen out people. He married these Hittite women. And it's not a sin in this story. It's you can't really tell. God had not said, but you can tell from the circumstances this was not the right choice. And it becomes a grief of mind to his mom and dad. Are children supposed to do things that make their mom and dad have grief in their mind?
No.
Right. Well, what if you're 4 and you make a mistake? Okay, well, oops, I touched the hot stove. Oh, come on, son. I told you not to touch the stove, but I did it anyways. Okay, you're 4. Learn from that mistake. Is there a difference between a 4-year-old and a 40-year-old causing grief?
Oh,
That's 4 multiplied by 10.
Yeah. Remember how he cried over the lentil beans stew like a little baby? His body grew up, but his character didn't grow up with him. I wonder
Yes.
if it's that kind of a problem. Guys, I want you to grow up and get really tall, so tall that you can't fit on the screen anymore. But I want your character to grow up too. I don't care if you get to be as tall as me. I'm not that tall. I don't care if you get to be taller than me. I want your character to grow up too. I don't want you to lie the way Isaac lied. I want you to be good the way Isaac was. Give a feast, give peace, choose walking away, don't choose the sword. That's what I think what we get in this story. I think that's what we get in this story. All right, so before we close, I see a hand up at the McBroom house. Did you have a comment?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they thought that the wells he dug were it was okay for them to take them because
it was their name.
they decided, hey, he lied to us. Okay, let's take it. And
Maybe.
also the general of the army Like in the US, that's important. In Egypt and
Yeah.
Israel, the general was almost as important as the king.
Yeah. So that'd be a very scary thing, I think, for Isaac to deal with.
So he helped make decisions.
Yeah. All
He
right.
was not
Well, I
just
think with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. That'll be the end of our class. Lord willing, we'll have another class next week. Take care, guys. See ya.